For today's quiz, we're going to talk about a diode. A diode is a little piece of metal, looks like a wire, it's got a plastic piece on it, and there's a white line showing the direction of positive flow. Let me describe what this does in maybe analogous terms. Think if you had a dog in your house and you wanted the dog to be able to go in and out whenever it would like. You can cut a hole in the door and make a doggy door, but you don't want to lose a lot of your thermal heat. So what you might do is you might put a hinge on a piece that fits right in here. So if a dog wanted to go out through your door, it could flap this way. If a dog wanted to come back in, it could flap the other way. So a doggy door flaps in both directions. But now let's assume that you have a raccoon in your house, and you don't want a raccoon in your house. You could take that doggy door and get a bigger piece. So I could allow something to come out this way, flap it that way, but if it ever tried to come back, it wouldn't be able to. So we'll call that like a raccoon door. That's what a diode is. A diode allows things to only go in one direction, and if they try and come backwards, they won't be able to. Instead of using raccoons, we could use charges, and positives flow along the direction of that white line. So our quiz for today looks something like this. I have a battery, a switch, diodes, light bulbs, another diode, and another light bulb. Let me show you what the circuit looks like. I have it taped down in place here, so I know where everything's at. I have a diode that is going back in one direction. I have this diode goes that way. This diode flows in that direction. That diode flows in that direction. And that's what the arrows are on your quiz. The arrows indicate the direction of the positive flow. Question is, what's going to happen to light bulb 1, light bulb 2, and light bulb 3 in this configuration? Write your answer down, and as always, mark your confidence. All right, let's go over typical student responses. On this particular quiz, most students will think that the light bulb 1 and light bulb 3 will illuminate. That's not the problem. The problem is, will this light bulb light? And what they're thinking is, well, if this doggy door, or raccoon door, faces that way and this one faces this way, maybe we'll get a loop here that'll allow current to also illuminate bulb number 2. So that's typical student thinking. All right, let's talk about the explanation. Remember, these are one-way valves, these diodes. And just so you know, this is a 1N4001. And you might think, I'll never need to know that. But this is the most typical diode that you'll find in almost all electronic equipment. So it might be nice to know at least one diode. And it's rated for a whole amp of current and up to 50 volts. So in other words, it can handle the pressure of your raccoon or your charges. So if the raccoon could push with 50, it's not going to be able to break this door down. But if it presses more than 50, it will eventually break that diode. So diodes can handle 50 volts. All right, back to our explanation. Whenever I throw the switch, we know that, of course, current will be able to flow through the diode, through this bulb, through this diode, through that bulb, and so on. But it will not be able to go back through this one because it's got essentially a higher voltage here and a lower voltage here. You're not going to want, if you're a charge, to end up flowing back against the stream. That's like putting a ping pong ball in a river and expecting the ping pong ball to go upstream. That's what we would be asking light bulb 3 to be doing with this, or light bulb 2 to be doing in this particular circuit. So when I throw the switch, we can see this light bulb lights up and that light bulb, what happened? That light bulb and that light bulb light up. This one does not light up. And that's simply about going from higher voltage to lower voltage. So that's our first quiz on diodes, and we'll have a little bit more fun with these diodes later on.